Hello everybody, it's Phil the Miniature Model Maker coming to you this stream with some organization. Yes. Getting my Gundam Artifacts set up. Oh, that didn't work. Alright, well, here we go. How can I share this? I can't. Oh well, that's fine. We're good. Alright, so what the heck are we doing today? We are going through and organizing all of my Gundam artifacts because last night as I was doing some cleaning and earlier today doing some cleaning, I dropped one of my little organization boxes. It broke open and spread parts all over the room. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen again. Therefore, everybody's going in a bag. At least everybody that's not built. Because I think I might be able to, well, maybe fit them in these in here. Nope. This is going to become painting material. But yeah, let's go through first, start and see what we have. So my built slash work in progress, I have the Goof flight type, which is my favorite. It's gotten base coated and things. I had thought at one point to just go ahead and strip it because the paint's getting a bit thick. We'll see. We'll see. I think all of these, except for Mac. Mac is going to remain in his normal state. He's our mascot mecha. So he'll remain that. But I think all the rest of them that have colored paint on them, yeah, this is the only guy that's not going to. All the rest of these are going to get stripped and reprimed. I've tried a bunch of things. I can't stop experimenting and just settle and do a paint job. So, got the Hyakushiki. This one I was testing out various shades, contrast paint over gold, see how that looked. Yeah, it was okay. But this came off, which is why it's not painted, and was wonderful for giving me access. Otherwise, it would have been hard to access a lot of these other places. So he goes off to the side. The Goof also goes off to the side. The Double Zeta was an experiment with contrast paints on these. I like speed paints for a lot of things because I like black and white. I really like the idea of doing a detailed grisaille undercoat and then glazing or tinting over it. But the paints didn't quite work out. This is actually the second time he's been painted. This first time was with the Army Painter speed paints, but I accidentally got a 1.0, the original version that reactivates and bleeds. So that didn't work out, and I tried GW contrast paints, and they're okay, but I think they're just too many flat panels for these guys for that type of paint to be useful on them. So he's going to get stripped again. This guy, the Silver Bullet Suppressor, was an experiment with the speed paints. That was kind of cool, but I was just flapping around. And then I decided I would try to see if I could, because the speed paints reactivate, if I could remove them with just water and soap. And For the most part, it did, but I do need to put it back in stripper. And unfortunately, one or two of the I think one of the arms and a leg broke off, so I just broke them all off, which will give me better access to paint in the future. As I said in one of the videos recently, don't paint these fully assembled unless it's something as basic and open as like this Rick-Dom. But even then, paint them in small subassembly, not even just leg. Do them foot and then leg, and well, phase 1 you can get away with that, but in later phases it's difficult. Like here, I glued the shield to the arm, and now I can't get into the arm to access it, so you would want to separate that part off, paint the shield separately, paint the arm separately. This guy, don't put the guns and backpack on, paint them separately. Lots and lots of parts on these later phases, and that layered detail makes it really hard to get in. They're not nice and open like the assemble kits. This is easy to get into. Even if you glued it, you could easily get in and paint it. Artifacts, not so much. But this was the Zaku cannon. I tried a couple green schemes on it. You got layered up with a bunch of paint because I was trying different things, and that needs to be stripped off so it can be nice, smooth, thinner coats. And I may just cut the shield off when I do that and then glue it on with some super glue. This guy has been painted and stripped a couple times. I've tried a bunch of things with it. Again here, like the shield, better to not glue the shield on before. These guys, almost all of them were ones that I did for my build guides, later build guides, and glued them because I have duplicates, as we will see. But yes, like I can't even get primer with an airbrush in a lot of these spaces. So paint them in parts. And here's Bob the crash test dummy, the first artifact I ever built. He has been sacrificed to testing all sorts of things, because when I got my first phase 1, they had already sold one of the Rick-Doms out of it and sent me 3 EXS. So I was like, yep, this guy, I've got 3 of them. I'll use him for something, for testing. And this one is the only one that I'm not going to strip. I'm going to continue practicing grayscale highlighting, volumetric undercoating, all of that on him. And I think some of these parts come off, some of them don't. The backpack comes off, the arm will come off. I might be able to work it so I can get this arm off too without breaking anything, or breaking anything too badly. Yeah, just give it a go. Alright, and then the assemble models that are going to be part of my No GW November project. Really looking forward to these guys. I have been scribing and cleaning this one just to see how it takes all that stuff, how it works. This guy's had no extra work done on him. He's just coated in my ink shade. And this char, same thing. It's had a little bit of scribing done, but not much. So now, guys, let's join me and Mac and get everything set. So what do I have in my collection? I have at least one of every single Gundam artifact. Phases 1 through 5. Duplicates of a number of them, whether through getting a bigger box or wanting duplicates. Like I got a bunch of the Zaku 2 so I could paint them up as in the Requiem for Vengeance Desert Scheme. And a lot of these, almost all of these, are in parts because I originally did the build guides. I didn't glue anything, but after the Tall Geese explosion, I decided to start gluing it. But that means we're in a bunch of little pieces. I forgot something. I'll be right back. Kind of need the boxes and instructions for everything. So let's go ahead, get everything together. I once had somebody over on Twitch ask me if I had all the boxes for them. Like, what, did you 3D print them or something? So I decided I would keep one box for everything that I've got as, I guess, proof of purchase or some such deal. But let's work our way back, starting from 1 if I can. Well, no, we're going to have to... 27. Hyakushiki, silver bullet suppressor. We've already built that one. They can go in here. And I love my little Ziploc bags. These little cups are amazing for keeping parts organized while you're building. And in general, little organizational boxes like this from the dollar store are great as well. But after last night, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put them all in baggies. Seven silver bullet suppressor. And why go through all this trouble? Well, 1, it'll save space. 2, it'll help me figure out what I want to do when. Because I'm always thinking, oh, I want to work on this one. Oh, no, I want to work on this one. Oh, I want to work on this one now. And of course, that leads to most of them never getting done. And then the box. Double Zeta, silver bullet suppressor right here. Will this fit in the bag? If I do it right, maybe. I think I may just. Do this instead. my knife? Here we go. And we're going to do something a little different, I think. Let's try this. Oh yeah, that works better. Much better. Okay. And on to the bed we go, and let's go ahead and zoom back out. Boop, bop, boop. There we go. And then move this back over here. Oh, yellow light. There. I love these lights sometimes, but they're also very sensitive. And I'll be back in just a moment. Now, can we go from 1 to 27 sequentially without a missed box? Maybe. This poor box got trashed. That's unfortunate. I might have a better box for this guy, but we'll have to take a look and see. I may not. 001. Rick Diaz. There we go. This box can go away. I really like the front of this box. This guy's art is awesome. He does such cool stuff. go. Here we are. This one's easy. Put bags in bags. And I am going to be rebuilding this guy. Doing another build guide for it. The first one. That was the first one I ever did, and I thought folks would like to see every step all the way through the whole thing, and I was wrong. It was far too long for most folks, and it didn't get much in the way of views. So I will, at some point in the future, be going through and maybe even redoing all of the build guides in the new modern format, current format that seems to be working better. And there's two. Let's move all this off. Sorry, buddy. I've got a cat on the bed, and he was like, I'm asleep, Daddy. Don't be messing with me. Don't be doing this. Okay. Now, number 3 is the high new. No, number 2 is the EXS. Okay. Now, where are you amongst all of these? Here you are. This looks like it has most of phase 1 in it, or it's mostly phase 1. So this is what I'm talking about when I say paint in parts. Don't make sure that you have full access to everything. Did you guys get damaged? No, because there's more backpacks somewhere. Well, I can pull all these out too while we're here. Here we are. Part of me would really like to go through and do detail builds of these sequentially. That was the initial goal with everything. It's how I started all the build guides. And I think it would be kind of neat to do. And I still may do that, but that would be a very, very long-term project. Very long-term. So it took me 40 minutes yesterday just to detail one of the parts of the right leg of the, which one was I doing? What kit was that yesterday? I can't even remember what I did yesterday. That's insane. But yeah, it's going through, cleaning all of these things up, getting all the gaps smooth and everything does take quite a bit of time. And we're going to go ahead and put, oh, that's the Violent Custom. That's number 5. Not yet. Not too soon. Executist too soon. Okay, so number 2, EXS, and my instructions. We'll get the instructions sorted out as well. 26, 25, 24, 23, 20, 19, 18, 17, 15, 14, 13, 12. I think some of these boxes have instructions in them. 10, 9, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we will put these in there too with the oh folks, wait. Oh, I see what happened there. This was a re-release of Series 1. This is the original. Haha, I'm glad I checked. That's kind of a collector's thing. Very, very good. Now I'm really glad I checked that. Maybe I should put the other one in too? We'll think about that. Okay. 2 is where I just had that. I just had it. Where the heck did it go? There you go. 2, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and because I did get duplicates. 4 is the Nightingale. 5, 5. Oh yeah, I actually have 3 of these. That's my, I should keep that. 10, 10. Okay. Two. Bag, in the bag we go. I hope that's enough proof of purchase for people if I ever take it to a GBWC. 2. 3 is the high nude. That's in one of these already, isn't it? Yes, it is. Right here. And this is one that I've been spending a fair amount of time on as well, off and on, as I get the urge. It's one of the cooler phase ones, and I not being a Gundam fan myself, or the show, I didn't grow up watching the shows or anything like that, so I don't know any of the lore. And I just recently discovered that the Nightingale and High Nu were Char and, oh God, what the hell is his name? Amorore. The they were their suits, along with the Sasabi and one of the others that's coming in Phase 6. So I'm really now looking forward to working on those. And 4, the Nightingale. You, my dear Nightingale, are all over the place. So here's the first one. Well, the second one, because the first one is right here. And I think this is probably my most prized of the artifacts. Is this red, the clear red Nightingale. I wonder if I should keep this in the box. No, we're not. We're going to do it like everybody else. Treat you all the same. 4. I wonder if I should be doing this over on Twitch. maybe I'll switch over to Twitch after a while. Do these first few phases over here on YouTube, and then go over there. When I need to take a break, we can do that. There, and now. So this is a project I was working on. Got me thinking about doing other projects. I went through and scribed out all of these lines in as detailed as I could, and that's what got me thinking about doing the how long will it take project, because this took 6 hours just to scribe out these lines and clean things up a little bit. And for those of you who have seen videos before, I did go through and just completely clean my floor. The whole thing got cleaned up. So if a part falls, it'll be visible from anywhere in the room. Did that one get glued in? Yeah, you did. Okay. But you aren't. Well, we'll just put you in. Put you in like you are. Just going through doing a quick check to make sure there aren't any parts from one of the Ireland customs in here. And now, where are the other bits? You're from the tall geese, okay. You're from the Dom. You're from the Dom. You're from the Nightingale. You're from the Dom. And you're from the Nightingale. Cool, okay. 4 and 5 now are the Ireland customs. And it's almost a shame that the Ireland was one of the red ones. Almost, but not quite. It's actually given me a model that I don't really care as much about to practice on the red on the red parts. So I'm not terribly fluffed about problems with it. Because that red nightingale, ooh, we're gonna give that every best effort we can. I am considering painting the internals and leaving all the armor, the red armor, the plastic color, and polishing it up to a crazy high level. And we have another set of instructions for yes. So in we go. Now we get to try and see if they'll all fit in here. I do like my bags, especially in these little models. It keeps things organized and safe. In case one of these little bags opens up, they'll still be in the bigger bag. Oh yeah, we're in good shape. And then I put them in a box. And we're set. And I've got bags. I reuse all these bags so we don't waste much. But there we go. There's all of phase 1 in a 1-gallon bag. Artifacts are so small. All right, I'll be back in a minute. And now we're on to phase 2. Which is the full armor, the GM. Okay. 8, 9, 10. Where am I? 6, 7, and 8. 7 and 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to have to go digging through our little project boxes. to find things. Unless I'm smart enough. Oh, and you've got the other parts for the other EXS. Oh shoot, and what do you go on? You go on the high new, don't you? One and two. Are you for this, or do you go? Pretty sure you go on the high new. There we go. Look at that. How easy was that now? Six, seven. 8, 9, 10. The 6 is the full armor. That's... I think that's you. Yes, it is. So looking at this guy, he's really snazzy, and I think I started gluing him. This is one of the ones that I really wanted to work on a lot. I got a C-clip, good. I don't know why. I'm not a big fan of the Federation stuff, but this one just speaks to me. Are we missing a piece? No. No, we're not. It's this. Okay, good. Again, perfect example of the number of parts and access you want for painting these. Make sure that they're not glued, so you can get in there and get all the little details. And man, these were actually kind of articulated. you... Nope, you're in good shape. Oh, wait. Yes. Good. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure this is in parts 2. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, ho, ho, yay. I was smart. But that's glued, and that's alright. That's not a problem. That's a decent individual piece. And your 6. Number 6, Full Armor Gundam. And 7 is the GM. This was one I was working on for one of my best viewers, best community members, Turtle. And turns out it was broken, which really upset both of us. But if I can find the other sheet, well, I might maybe be able to fix it. But it's not one of the ones where I have a duplicate. So I'm not sure. I may have to figure something else out. See, these little pieces go on the hips and skirt, and there's something you're going to need to glue to get them to stay on. So they need to be painted first. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to get into places and get them cleaned up like they need to be. So 7. Oh, ahead of you. You still here, person? Or did you go away? It's hard to tell with YouTube sometimes, because the little chart thing down at the bottom, the graph doesn't show in immediate time. It's like every 30 seconds or a minute or something. Well, maybe you're still here. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing a bit of housekeeping after a barely averted disaster yesterday. one of my bigger boxes fell on the floor and spilled parts everywhere. So I'm going through reorganizing everything, getting parts back where they need to be, and bagging everything up. And double bagging it for safety. No, literally, I am double bagging it for safety. So do you keep artifacts? Do you know anything about them? I find that most people don't. If you don't know, give me 1 second to put this down and I'll show you. So what I find most often is over on Twitch when talking to people when I'm working on these things is they think artifacts, these little models, are the Gundam Assemble game pieces, which they most definitely are not. These are 50 to 90 something part models, and this is like 5 or 6 pieces. But they're about the same, and the assembles look more like the anime, and the artifacts have a distinctly industrial and detailed look to them. Now you can get cool things like the Goof, EXS, Yakushiki. There are 27 of these things in total right now, and I've got at least one of all of them. And they need to be put in their place so they don't get lost. Alright. Now we're currently on phase 2. We've put the full armor and the gym in their bags, and now I need to find 8, the Domtropin. And he's in here, as well as where? See, this is why I need to organize things. Please don't have been in the... Oh, you were. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is the box that fell. How are we going to do this? We're going to... I'm afraid we're going to have to dump this out, which means I need to go get a towel or something. Do I have a blanket over in my... Or a box? Oh, that's what I can do. Right here. I can dump them all into here. You actually go to Mac. Put you over there. Average view duration 28 seconds. Oh, you left. Did you go? Are you gone? You still there? It's hard to tell. Alright. So now Dom Dom 8. So my instructions for number 8 are here. No, we have the left leg and the right leg. And the right arm. And here's this. One, two, three. There's the left arm. And the shield. And where's the front for that weapon? You go to the Nightingale, my dear. You're the backpack. You're the skirt. One of the thrusters. The other two thrusters. And the front for the weapon. Plop. Torso, torso. Head. Skirt. 3 thrusters. Side skirt. Front skirt. Beam saber thingy. And the other side skirt. There we go. Dom Tropins all together. Yay. We're lucky. I am doing very well. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. What brings you here today? Or I should say, what's kept you so long? Most people aren't really into artifact stuff, especially if it's just cutting things out. But I'm kind of using this as a record, since I'm cutting all the boxes in case I ever need proof of purchase and stuff. I figured this would be a good way to do it, and it might introduce folks to artifacts. 19 Josh 70. Does that mean you were born in 1970? That's just a few years before me. Okay, number 9 is the Zaku 2, and this is the green guy. Zaku 3, excuse me, Zaku 3. So greeny green green. Your first minis before. Oh, which ones are they? I'm sorry, I've forgotten. My YouTube screen is not always great for names, especially if I'm looking up and down quickly. So I apologize for not remembering. So what minis are you working on? Oh, yes, okay. How's that working out? I made a massive, well, not massive, a rather substantial blunder with my Tau a couple days ago, and can't fix it, so I need to strip them, and I don't want to be doing any GW stuff. Ah, okay, okay. Well, I was not born in the 2000s. What color did you spray? You start with the black or more one of the browns? Or browns, greens, I mean. And they're Krieg, right? No, that the Krieg guy got the Korean type name. Light gray herb. Okay. That sounds like a fun force. Are there rules for the Solar Auxilia in 40k, or you just using the models? Not gonna lie, some of that Horus Heresy stuff looks pretty sweet. I'm considering getting some contemptors for the Custodes and maybe some of the other stuff for my Chaos guys. Okay, and you were 9. Where did you go? 9. But this month is all about my mecha. I've got a full-size model coming in. I just ordered it yesterday. I have not built a full-size model of any major consequence in quite a while, and certainly nothing that people these days might consider a gunpla. It's not, but it's a mecha model. Okay, 9, 10, the Assault Buster. I've got a couple of these, so we need to find them. They do look cool. Yeah. That's a great idea. I mean, steampunk and tank company all around. That's heck yeah. 100% on that. When I saw the recent the assault guys for Heresy, I was like, ooh, those would look really cool. My word bearers, but I've already got enough. I'm waiting for that kill team that's Raptors and Warp Talons to come out. Okay, now V2 Assault Buster. Do I have... You are this... I think I think this is my assault busters. One, two, three. I think so. But we'll bag this one up. Until next year, they have not had a game system. They've got one called Gundam Assemble coming out. Currently, it's a card-based game. I think they probably made the card game to sell a card game, but also to build hype. The miniatures, the tabletop game, will be coming out probably June or July of next year. So here's an artifact, and here's one of the minis. Um, I don't have. Yeah, most of my GW stuff is put away. This is roughly the size, maybe a little bit. This is probably the size of a Primaris Terminator, and it's going to be a full-fledged tabletop game. Right now, the only way you can get these little guys is through buying pre-orders of card game stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. Hoping the rules are good. If not, I don't know. I might just go back to BattleTech rules or something. Okay, we're gonna hold off on you. So I'm gonna hold off on the Assault Buster because I think this box has 3 of them in it. And I want to be able to dump them out into this box. So we're going to continue on. That's the end of phase 2, so we're going to go to phase 3, which is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes. 11, 12, 13, 14. Who's 14? Oh, that one. Okay. Do I not have the box for that? I no, not really. I've got enough. I've got enough games and minis to keep me going for the rest of my life. I think if I worked on these artifacts at the rate that I would prefer to work on them, rather than at content creator speed, I would be able to spend just the rest of my life doing these. Um, that being said, it looks pretty cool. I like what I've seen of the story and the lore and everything. Um, so that's a neat thing with it. And I have already built this guy, so I'm not going to. Well, he's actually in sub. He's actually not glued. We're going to make a bag and do this. I think if people in my area got into it, then I might give it a try. But I don't really want to be investing any more money in models that I don't expect to be doing. Now that said, I think some of those might look really awesome as Chaos Cultists. So I may end up just getting some of them, especially now that they're in plastic. Because I need more cultist models, and I don't want to have giant mobs of things that look exactly the same. Like, oh, here's a squad of 4 of the exact same model. If I wanted that, I'd play Fantasy or Old World. How about you? You into it? Now, if somebody wanted to send me models to paint, sure, I would do that for them. Um, there are much bigger channels who are run by much better painters out there than me. Yep. Yeah. I think the media embargo must have ended yesterday because my YouTube was blown up with people's um, videos of people doing the Trench Crusade plastic models. All right, now we need to go and do phase 2. I probably, I don't want to say never. I would, I might pick up one of their official models just to try painting it at some point. It's not in my immediate future though. Okay, now we're on 12. 12 is the Zeta Gundam. 12 is the one I just bagged up here. Instructions for 10. 10, 10, 10, 10. Oh, that's you. I think the whole aesthetic of Trench Crusade really, I like it. I like that they're unapologetically grim dark and are really leaning into it. And one of my favorite channels and most probably greatest influences is the Grimdark Compendium, formerly Zatkaskagoon Miniatures. I've been following them for years, and they've the staff for that channel have officially become official painters for the line for Trench Crusade, and they're doing a set of paints or enamels for them, which I think is just fantastic because they're the perfect ones to be doing that. But it's not a style for everybody. It's very stylized, messy, dirty, grim, which is why I like it. Okay, 13. Oh, Quebbly. Alright. This one's gonna be the bastard. What other kits are in here? I see the Stark Jagan. That's 14. Let's go ahead and bag that up first. Because the Quebbly is a very complex model. There's one arm. There's the body. Right now we're doing the Stark Jagan because it's easier. I'm hoping that I've got all the parts for it in here. There. What do your legs look like? Is this you? No. This is you. Do you belong to... Yes, you do. You belong to that one. Quebbly, Quebbly. Hey, more power to you. Truly. I mean that. If that's what you like, and it's a good thing you know it, and you're sticking with your gut and your heart. That's honestly a really important thing that I think a lot of people neglect in trying to chase fads and things. Okay, I have parts for a bunch of different kits in here. Okay, Stark Jagan is not all in here. Quebbly is not all in here. Here we go. That's because you fell. Okay, cool. We think we have this now. Stark Jagan. Stark Jagan. And Stark Jagan. Looking through this, it's interesting for me to see, interesting to me, to see how their design evolved. This still has touches of the early, but you can they're starting to get into what's a more modern design for them, which is kind of neat. Well, okay, I have a complicated relationship with I have complicated feelings towards GW. And I try to be objective about it because I personally and the companies that I used to work for got a lot of the same criticism from aquarium hobbyists. I worked in the home aquarium industry, and when you're selling a bottle of a nitrogen supplement for somebody's planted tank for, well, when the retailer is selling it for $9 or $10, and you can go buy a pound of potassium nitrate off of, I don't know, from your local farm store for $1.50, you do the math. There's a lot of that there, and DIYing in the aquarium industry is, oh, Hold on a second. Something, my phone just beeped. Yeah, okay. Um, it's basically where 3D printing is now, but two or three decades ahead. Fertilizers for plants are a lot easier to obtain, and knowledge of chemistry and stuff is a lot more common. Did I just drop the box for this guy? So hold on. I need to think about which one am I after again? I'm after the Stark Jigen, and that's 14. 15. Where's my box? Do I not have the box for 14? Maybe I'll find it. Maybe I'll find it. Okay. Yeah, so I can see people's pain and anger because I feel it too. I think their prices are not reasonable for what you're getting. And their business practices, well, business practices and the game was the first part of it, really. You know, the changes to the rules and everything got me unhappy with them. But I also realized, okay, it's a business just like anything else. And they're fully entitled to charging what they think people will pay. It's just unfortunate that they're able to get away with it because they're such a dominant presence in that sector. 13 Quebly. Okay, can we find a Quebly again? But for me, they most 40K specifically 40K because it's a large scale game. Lost value to me. It would the price of it was no longer worth it to me to spend my own money on it. And I decided that a long time ago. But I still enjoy painting. I still enjoy modeling. I like the lore and everything. So you have to make choices for yourself, right? And if I could, as a content creator, make a living doing completely non-GW content, I would. But it's impossible. The tabletop wargaming space is so utterly dominated by 40K, specifically 40K, but also other GW brands that you can't. You don't get the traction. You don't get the views if you're not doing even Space Marines. My Tau content gets very little views. You do a Space Marine, you're guaranteed a paycheck, basically. And I think from a content creation standpoint, there's artistic integrity, there's creative integrity, personal integrity that I think a lot of creators are trying to push back against in whatever way they can, but they're stuck. Whether they've signed some sort of agreement with GW or whether they're independent and they just want to make a living doing miniature painting content, you have to do GW. There's no way around it. And it sucks for everybody, except even GW, because it means they get bad press when they may or may not deserve it. Okay, 15. 15. Ooh, we're now into phase 3. Nope, still in phase 3. Double low rise up. Okay. I if somebody has the money and they find value in GW products, like if the amount of enjoyment they receive from building and painting and playing at the prices that are currently being asked, great. Okay. That's absolutely fine. You find value in it, keep doing it. I won't say anything because that ultimately that's a very um, a personal thing. Value. I found it valuable to spend what some would consider an absolutely obscene and unreasonable amount of money on aquariums because that's what I loved. And again, same thing. When you've got a $3,000 saltwater fish that could very easily die tomorrow if you're not careful, people are like you're crazy. That's a mortgage payment. That could be two mortgage payments on a fish. What the hell are you doing? Well, I I gladly sold people a $2,000 fish if they wanted to buy it. Companies need to make money to stay alive and feed their employees. Okay, now I need to find the backpack for this. That looks like two little. Are you here? No, you're the Wing Gundam. I feel like I'm putting together a puzzle. I guess I kind of am. But yeah, that's enough of a rant on that, and I would like to see more competition happen. It's good for everybody, except the people who lose their jobs because a company has over leveraged themselves during the good times. I think you're Quibbly. You are super. You are you're the double O razor. Rise up. Okay. You are you. You're here. You are there. You are Pallas Athene. Pallas Athene. Pallas Athene. Pallas Athene. Pallas Athene. Quibbly. Okay, I think I'm in a place now where I can search through all the parts and put the Quibbly together. Were you able to get it? What is it? Dude, you got down. I can't put you back up right now. Give me just a moment. I gotta get up. My cat needs up on the bed. Yes, sir. What is it? What is it? Come here. Come on. You were just screaming at me, dude. Oh, you were just screaming. You want my foot? There. All right, where I was? I was about to put the Quibbly together. 13. Instructions for 13. 20, 19, 18, 17. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. 19, 20. 23, 24, 25, 26. Did I lose the instructions for Quibbly? No. No, they're right here. Okay. Yeah. So were you able to get the Krieg Battle Force box, like pre-order it, or are you hoping to get it? Two very different things these days. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind getting that Chaos Space Marine box. That would fill in my army very nicely. You go to Azaku. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Okay. Would have said you were one lucky person. Now I maybe I'm just as lucky too, because I've got a local store who tends to order the largest quantities of things they can and keeps old boxes in stock, which, not gonna lie, is pretty lovely. You're the head for... What are you the... Oh, you're the head for the Palace Athene. Okay. Let's see, you're all Quibbly. I don't think you are, but we're gonna be... Yeah, I've got hope that I'll be able to get the CSM box at some point. I doubt it though, because things like that normally are limited to Christmas and birthdays for me. That's how I've maintained my sanity. I let my family buy all that stuff for me. But for 270 US dollars, that's an entire Christmas for my whole family. That would be all I would get. And I don't need extras of all those things that badly. Ooh, very nice. I used to have one near me, however, I moved away from it. So that's generally it was nice. But I think honestly, I think my two local stores have um, better availability than the GW store did. Honestly, especially if you're looking for older boxes. I think one of them still has 6 or 7 copies of the Emperor's Children Combat Patrol, maybe like the first release box. Yeah, they've got tons and tons of old boxes. Okay, was that everybody for this phase? No, we've got... Oops. We missed 12. Sorry! Where are the instructions for 12? Oh. This is why I'm glad I'm organizing all this. I thought I had it all in shape, but apparently I don't. Okay, you're the Super Gundam, I'm sure about that. And then box 15, Double O Ryza, is you. But I don't see instructions. Oh, did you just drop? So we're gonna put you here. Double O Ryza. Well, Josh, thanks for stopping by. It was good having you here. Oh, that's why, because you're here. Good. And are any of these little bits and pieces? Nope, you're attached. You're good. Okay. $15, $14, $13, $12, $11. That's phase 3. Done. And now that Josh is gone, and it's been an hour and 46 minutes, I am going to go take a break. And then when I come back, I may or may not be over on Twitch. We shall see. Maybe I should just keep doing this over here. All right, folks. Thank you so much for your time. If you have come by and watched the VOD of this, the next step is going to be starting phase 4, and that's the two or three Zaku 2 high mobility types, the Super Gundam, the Palace Athene, the Wing Gundam, the Tall Geese. And I've got quite a few of those to be boxing up. Zaku 2, Zaku 2. And there's probably another one around here somewhere. But now, folks, I have been Phil the Miniature Model Maker, coming to you in this disorganized stream, doing some organizing of my own models, and for a brief time, waxing philosophical on the nature of luxury hobby industries. Well, I call them luxury. They're hobby industries, but are maybe more higher end than drawing, where you just need a paper and pencil. So thank you for your time, and remember that this is a hobby. If it doesn't bring you joy, if you no longer find value in it, find a different way that does bring you joy, or just stop. Find something else that gives you joy for doing it. Like artifacts. Be good to yourselves, okay? Bye-bye.